Right, you asked for it. We put a post out on the Facebook group for Pearl the CV20. If you haven't joined, check us out on Facebook. At the Norfolk show recently, we bought 2 e-bikes, and we asked on the page, would anybody be interested in a look round them? We don't really want to go into manufacturing videos for the sake of it, but it seemed a resounding yes. People wanted to see, and they also wanted to see the bike carrier that we bought, so we'll add that onto this video as well.
I'm not sure whether they wanted to see me fall off. I think that
well,
was
maybe.
Might have been the attraction.
Maybe. So yeah, we'd like to say from the start, we bought these bikes at the Norfolk show from a company called E-Ranger. We got no discount, we didn't ask for discount. We bought these bikes completely the same price as they are on the website. The guys were just really nice, and we just felt like we were in the mood to buy 2 e-bikes. The research we did was based on, we had a look at them, we went back to the van with no pressure, thought about it, checked out Google reviews, and also happened to find out that a friend of ours had bought one of these that we didn't know about, and we actually texted her and said, are they as good as they seem? She said yes. So we went back and we purchased them. The guy delivered them personally to our house.
Yeah.
Two days,
lovely guy.
Yeah, 2 days later. And obviously we've no idea what the after sales is like because the bikes are brand new. We've literally rode them 2 miles to get here to film this, so we just thought we'd show you around them, and also add, as we say, add the bike carrier on as well.
So Rick's bike is a Cruiser XL. They're both a rear hub motor with the battery on the back. The battery's unlocked and locked in and out here, and there's a switch underneath for switching it on. There's also a lock on the rear wheel. We'll put an insert in for showing you how to use that. Soft seat, shock absorbers on the front wheel, and then to the fancy bit. So this is the electric bit, as it were. This control is slightly different to mine. This particular one you switch on with a button there, and then the screen, you can see that that's gone off. So that would be using the bike as a standard bike, and then the up and down basically means you can go faster and faster and faster, but you have to be pedaling for this to kick in. It's got 7 gears on it, which you press that way for down and that way for up, or 1 and 7. Now the feature that we particularly like, or I particularly like, is because I'm not great at starting off, is that here basically, as long as you've got it on at least eco on this particular one, and you press the button in, I just tilt the bike forward and press, it's got like a little accelerator on it. So that's good for walking assist, and also for getting you going, especially if you're going up a bit of an incline before you start pedaling, because like I say, the battery, the actual motor doesn't kick in on these controls until you're actually pedaling. So that's a really great feature for someone who's not great at starting off like me. So there we go. Right. And then just press that one, switches it back off again. I'm
just going to add a bit in on top of what Heather said, because obviously this is my bike and I've sort of noticed things already. We've got disc brakes on the front and normal bike brakes on the back. We did get some panniers with the bike, but we haven't fitted them. These are just luggage straps. The one thing I've found already disappointing on this bike is there is nowhere for a drinks bottle. There's no mounting brackets, and there's nothing on here. I've had to cable tie that onto the back of there until I find some sort of way of fixing a drinks bottle. When we show you Heather's bike, we'll see hers has actually got some sort of fitment. The front wheel's quick release. and the seats quick release up and down. You adjust the handlebars with an Allen key. We will put a link in to eRanger's actual video showing you these bikes if you're more interested. They've got their own website and YouTube channel, but I just wanted to add that into what Heather said. The bike thing on the front here for the dog, you've seen that before on our videos. That doesn't come with it. If anybody's interested, it literally clamps around your handlebars and just leans on your frame there, and it's perfectly safe. It clips on here. But again, I think we got that from Amazon, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's just for Poppy. So that's a quick overview of that bike. Heather will now continue her tour with her bike.
So mine is a Cruiser Standard. Mine came, that they've got a special offer on at the moment, with the basket, the like wicker basket for the front, and lovely red polka dot panniers for the back.
Yeah, we haven't put the panniers on yet. So, oh, remind people, they've got lights on as well.
That was what I thought about when you were looking around. So my controls is slightly different. With mine, you press the on button there.
The normal power button. Yeah.
And basically I've actually got up to 9 power settings on mine.
I'd imagine they're just slightly less each time than my 5, probably, because it's the same motor. It's the same motor and batteries.
I would have said so. Yes. Again, both of them have got a little bell for you.
I think that's a legal requirement, but yeah.
But again, does exactly the same thing. As long as you've got it on at least one, you've got the assist to get you going.
And I should say that does actually, if I want to, even with my weight, it will pull me along at 4 miles an hour, just twisting the accelerator like a little scooter in effect. Not that you'd want to, but it will take your weight sitting on it. Although it's probably called walk assist, it will actually pull you along sitting on it.
Yeah, like you say, the lights on, little light on the front, and then the light on the back is actually part of the battery.
Yeah, and it is. Yeah, and they actually are powered off the battery of the bike.
I'm about 5'4". If you're any shorter than 5'4", he's actually adjusted mine as low as it will go.
Yeah.
And he had to move this slightly further back in order to get it.
This is
any shorter than 5'4", there is a
smaller bike. It's called petite. It's called.
Yeah, petite. That's it.
But yeah, we should say Stuart adjusted it, not me.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done something with the seat, maybe shortened the seat bar and pulled the frame back to get the seat really low.
So yeah, if you're any shorter than 5'4".
Yeah, but like I say, we will put a link on. They do, like I say, a petite, a standard, and an XL. Puncture-proof tyres as standard. Nice centre kickstand, as you can see.
And the other thing is that it's definitely lighter than the other one that I had previously.
Yeah,
and that was part of the reason that I went for one, because people might be saying, well, she'd already got an electric bike. But one of the features that I definitely liked was this assist.
The walk assist, yeah.
And also, it is a lighter bike.
Yeah, well,
the bike was fine.
These are alloy frames. Right. Heather's other bike was a steel frame. And as I say, if you've watched our videos, I've come from a normal, very old mountain bike, but it was full aluminium frame. It was really expensive back in the day, but I'm talking in the 90s. Already I can tell you with this bike, Poppy on the front made the mountain bike very unstable because of the handlebar setup. This is, although it looks like an old man's bike, I think it's like a Dutch style. It's like a Dutch style of bike. Just sitting more upright with the handlebars like that, it makes it very, very much more stable for me with the dog in the front. So, as I say, we'll insert some footage of how the lock works and maybe some other stock footage that we find that we forgot to say, but we'll just give you a quick walk around them now. There you go. And there's Heather's. Sorry about the noise, we're not far from a main road, but we've come on some like foresty tracks to sort of try them out on that type of terrain as well. So there's the bikes. We will sort of put some footage in of us riding them about. I could tell you from a personal point of view, having never had an electric bike, the difference it's made already. You can see sort of the terrain there. We've come from down there, so we've come up a hill to get here. And to coin a phrase, when I did it on my mountain bike following Heather, I was blowing out my arse. It killed me. But this has been great. Just even, you don't have to go mad with it and have it on turbo, but even with sort of, I think they've got a setting called Tour, and it just gives you that a little bit extra, doesn't it, to sort of help you out. Okay, so we're on a national cycle path now, which is tarmacked, local to us. I've got no electric assistance on at the minute. I'm just riding this like a normal bike, but I am in the easiest gear possible, which is gear 1. That's purely so I can just really go slowly while holding the camera. Yeah, this bike is a load easier to ride than my mountain bike was, obviously due to the fact that the handlebars are wider and it's more stable with the dog on the front. What I'll try and do is show you the difference with the electrical assists when I can actually see, you know, further ahead, if you like. I don't know if there's going to be people around the next corner at the minute, but there are some straight areas. And also the electrical assist is pointless while we're going downhill like this. I think this is definitely going to make the world of difference for our bike riding. Might not make any difference to my fitness, because obviously it's a bit cheaty, innit? This is Albert Village Lake, by the way, and not far out of Burton-on-Trent, should you wish to know. I will actually add some footage in later. We'll go slightly more gravelly and off-road, as if we were doing a bit of foresty stuff. But as you would know if you've seen our vlogs, we're never going to do extreme mountain biking or stuff. This type of stuff, yeah, old railway lines and stuff like that, with the odd track like that, I guess, as you can see there. And then, like I say, I'll find some hills just to show you the difference. I've just got it on, still in the lowest gear. I've just got on Power Assist Eco at the minute, just because when I'm filming one-handed and we do get a little bit of an incline, I obviously can't put the same amount of pressure on the handlebars to sort of assist me up, so it's helping with that. And yeah, I'm not it's in kilometers. I've got to get Heather to change that to miles an hour, so don't think I'm going 16 miles an hour. I'm not. Right, we're going to go up to the right here, which is uphill. I'm going to put mine in boost mode, but only because I'm right. Pop is whining because, see, now that's in boost mode and I can't I have to keep stop pedaling because it just wants to pull me up. I'm not doing anything, but I'm only doing this because I've got one hand on the steering. So yeah, this is, although I'm turning the pedals, it's purely because you have to make the motor work, and this is quite an incline, and the bike's pulling me up easily. But yeah, we did this bike ride with the old bikes, and I had to get off and push this up here with the dog in the front. I'm not gonna lie, I've got no battery assist on at all now. Thought I'd see if I could show you the difference. I'm in the easiest gear. That's battery assist 1. You can hear the motor kick in. 2, 3, certainly that's in sport mode. 4, and you do feel a massive boost, and then that's the fastest. So if you imagine that while you're changing gear as well, I imagine you get a fair lick on up here. Could be a recipe for disaster, this. Canal towpath, Heather on a bike. Helmet cam. That's a bit lower down. Aye. Puppy. Yeah, so earlier on in the video when we were on about nowhere for the water bottle, and I said Heather has got something, there's a bracket on the side here, but I don't think anybody would want a drinks bottle sticking out like that. It does actually go on, but we're not going to put that on there. So as you can see from mine, we cable tied it on, but we have nothing on this bike. I think that's the only thing.
Like I say, the bungee's done
Yeah,
the
we've
job,
put the bungee on
because
because
it did decide to jump
yeah,
out.
the bottle jumped out, but it's fine there. But yeah, disappointing that, you know, you could put some bracket on, but I think they should have something.
You almost want the bracket here somewhere.
Yeah, but it's a step through, so you don't want it
well,
there. You know, a lot of bikes would have them there like that, but again, there's no screws for that. That'd be the only failing I've found at the minute.
So I've switched the battery on, press the button there, and even after what looks like a 19-kilometre bike ride, according to the thing, it's still got.
Yeah.
And like I say, if
there's a little switch under there. Look.
Switch the switch off.
That turns the battery off completely.
And then when you do that, it'll flash like that, so you know it's not on.
Yeah.
So you switch it off. There's the key. Turn it like that, and then it comes out smoothly. Back in.
So to make this lock, put the key in, turn it, press the lever down like that, and then there's a little notch, a little backup. It puts a bar through your spokes like that, and then obviously, if you can see that, it can't move.
Remove the key.
The only downside to this obviously is this only really disables it from being pushed away. People could still pick the bike up and carry it off, so I would suggest we get a chain as well. Right, so we'll move on to the bike carrier part. As you can see, it folds flat and we store it in the garage. I'll just assemble it by the van, so I'm not going to go into massive detail with this. It's all on the Halfords website, but basically there's a knurled cup in there, sits on your tow bar, you tighten it up, and then you just finally clamp it with a spanner. Obviously you can get a far more expensive one that's got a lever on it, but they are daft money. Okay, so it goes on like that. As you can see, a key goes in there and it disengages the lock and makes it that you can't use that, so it'll spin freely. I've got it locked at the minute because you put it on and you tighten it as tight as you can with your hand, and then you just get a spanner on there to final lock it. This here is just to disengage this and tilt it backwards and forwards if you want to get the doors open. Right, so once you've put it on and lent on the spanner, you can see that's as solid as it's going to be. It's not going anywhere. And once you've put the key in and locked that off, you can see that you now can't undo that. And even if you undid that, it won't come apart far enough to get that off. Right, so you put the heaviest bike on the back. Obviously remove the battery. I've had to mess about a bit because I had this set up for the other two bikes, and this is my first trial with these bikes, and it's quite difficult because the handlebars are really wide. Now I could obviously undo the handlebars every time and twist them, and I might have to yet, but we're on. The problem as well is obviously these modern bikes have either a triangle or a flat frame, and these tend to be made for circular, but we've got it there, and obviously when the other one's on I can then clamp them together. Okay, that's both on. Heather's is a lot easier, being a shorter bike. That's fitted lovely on there. Hers is quite sturdy. You can see you clamp it round here anyway, around the wheels. They can't go anywhere. It's just mine seems to be very loose there. May have a rejig. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that now. I did this on the other bikes, just put a ratchet strap between the two bikes just to pull them tighter together. And so these will tighten up, and then you do the same thing with this. You put the key in to lock it off so that can't move. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Heather's bike is really secure. Mine's not too bad either. And there's a good distance between there and the window. It can't flex that much. And then the padlock is through both bikes and through that frame. As you can see, we've had to buy a new bike cover. The handlebars were just too wide on these two bikes, but we've gone for a lot of a thicker quality this time. The one that we bought before was just a thin like a cagoule, and we'd only had it on once and it ripped at the bottom. Shame really, because it had a nice orange stripe to match the van, but yeah, this is a lot thicker and it fastens a lot better. Right, we'll finish this one off here. Thanks for watching. If it's helped anybody, you're welcome. Please like and subscribe if you don't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.